Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
I can't read the number.
842.
842. Donc, Srimad Bhagavatam, chant 10, chapitre 8, Krishna montre sa forme universelle, verset 42. Verse 42. Aham Mama Asau Satihi Vishaha Mesuta Raja Ishvarasya Akila Vitapa Sati Gopyacha Gopaha Sahagodanahacha Me Yatmayaya Itam Kumatihi Sahamegati Aham Manasopati Reshame Suto Aham Mamasopati Reshame Suto Vrajesvarasya Kila Vitapasati Vrajesvarasya Kila Vitapasati Gopyacha Gopasaha Godanascha Gopyacha Gopasaha Godanascha Yanmaya Yetam Kumati Samegatihi Yanmaya Yetam Kumati Samegatihi Aham Manasopati Reshame Suto Vrajeshvarasya Kila Vitapasati Gopyacha Gopasaha Godanascha Yanmaye Nanmaya Yetam Kumati Samegatihi
Aham Manasopati Reshame Suto Vrajesvarasya Kila Vitapasati Gopyascha Gopasaha Godanascha Yanmayetam Kumai Samegati
Aham mama sopatir esame suto Rajeshwara kila vitapasati Gopyascha gopasaha godanascha me Yanmaya etam kumati same gatihi
Mataji's. Aham, my existence, I am something. So it's Mother Yashoda who is reflecting in herself. So my existence is my existence of me, Mother Yashoda. Mama, my, Asau, Nanda Maharaj, Patihi, husband, Shaha, this Krishna, Mesutaha, is my son, Vraja Ishvarasya, of my husband, Nanda Maharaj. Akila Vitapa, I am the possessor of unlimited opulence and wealth.
I am the possessor of unlimited opulence and wealth.
Sati,
Sati,
because I am his wife.
because I am his wife.
Gopyacha,
Gopyacha,
and all the damsels of Kaur men.
and all the damsels of cowherd men.
Gopaha,
Gopaha,
all the Kaur men
all the cowherd men
are my subordinates.
are my subordinates.
Sahagodanahacha,
Sahagodanacha,
with the cows and calves.
with the cows and cows.
Me,
Me,
my,
my,
Yatmayaya,
Yatmayaya,
all such things addressed as me are,
all the things expressed by me are,
after all, given by the mercy of the Supreme.
given by the mercy of the Supreme.
Itam,
Idam,
thus,
thus,
Kumatihi,
Kumatihi,
I am wrongly thinking
I am not thinking,
they are my possessions.
they are my possessions.
Sahame,
Sahame,
Gati,
Gati,
he is therefore my only shelter.
he is therefore my only shelter.
I am simply instrumental.
I am simply instrumental.
Translation and purport by His Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay. It is by the influence of the Supreme Lord's Maya that I am wrongly thinking that Nanda Maharaj is my husband, that Krishna is my son, and that because I am the queen of Nanda Maharaj, all the wealth of cows and calves are my possessions, and all the cowherd men and their wives are my subjects. Actually, I also am eternally subordinate to the Supreme Lord, is my ultimate shelter. Purport. Following in the footsteps of Mother Yashoda, everyone should follow this mentality of renunciation. Whatever wealth, opulence, or whatever else we may possess belongs not to us, but to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the ultimate shelter of everyone and the ultimate owner of everything. As stated by the Lord Himself in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Moktaram yagata pasyam sarvalokam maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatvam mam shantim richati. The sages, knowing me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. We should not be proud of our possessions, as expressed by Mother Yashoda and heroine. I am not the owner of possession, the opulent wife of Nanda Maharaj. The estate, the possessions, the cows and calves, and the subject like the gopis and cowherd men are all given to me. Why should give up thinking of my possession, my son, and my husband? Chandasyam moho yam aham mameti. Nothing belongs to anyone but the Supreme Lord. Only because of illusion do we wrongly think I am existing or everything belongs to me. Thus, Mother Yashoda completely surrendered unto the Supreme Lord. For the moment, she was rather disappointing, thinking, my endeavors to protect my son by charities and other auspicious activities are all useless. The Supreme Lord has given me many things, but unless He takes charge of everything, there is no assurance of protection. I must therefore ultimately seek shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated by Prahlad Maharaj, Bhagavatam 7.9.19, Balasya neha sharanam pitaro nrishinga. A father and mother cannot ultimately take care of their children. Tokyakshetra sutapta viter janasya moho yamaham mameti. Bhagavatam 5.5.8. One's land home, wealth, and all of one's possession belong to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although we wrongly think, I am this, and these things are mine. Avaganantimidandasya gananchala sharakare Shatchurumilitam yenantasmai shiuranamama Shri Chaitanya Manabhishtam Stapitam Yena Mutale Swayurupakadamayam Dadati Swapanatikam He Krishna Karena Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantarada Kantanamastute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshvari Vrishabhai Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Achakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu yaiva chapatitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Translation again. It is by the influence of the Supreme Lord's Maya that I'm wrongly thinking that Nanda Maharaj is my husband, that Krishna is my son, and that because I'm the queen of Nanda Maharaj, all the wealth of cows and cows are my possessions, and all the Kohen men and their wives are my subjects. Actually, I'm also eternally subordinate to the Supreme Lord. He is my ultimate shelter. So there's different points we can notice in this verse. Cows and calves were the real wealth of the Vrajbasi. That was their mean of income, because there was a lot of rain, then a lot of grass, then you can maintain elephants, cows, so many innumerable millions of cows. And from cows, you get milk, you get so much yogurt, cream, butter, ghee, sandesh, so many things you manufacture from the milk, from the sugar also. So many things we can manufacture from sugar. So with different combination, you can sell these things and get unlimitedly rich. That's why the Vrajbasi, actually, it was a remote place in India, far from the ocean, but they could get pearls, they could get gold, they could get jewels, silk, so many things that makes your life a better standard of life. So nowadays we see even, wow, it's raining at least. So we see how nowadays the opulence have become twisted, distorted from what it was originally. Ladies are not wearing gold. They are wearing plastic things or plated gold. The jewels are replaced by fake glass. And there is a war against agricultors who are taxed because they have cows, because supposedly cows are polluting the earth with 30% of methane emissions. See how crazy it is. Then it started in some European countries that each cow were fined by a kind of tax every year to be paid by the agricultors. So you see how crazy the situation became. So little by little, possessing cows will become a burden for the agricultor, not so much a source of wealth. And it will lead to little by little scarcity of milk products, dairy milk products, and things like that. So the Kali Yuga, everything is topsy-turvy. But we see in this verse how they were so opulent due to simple life from the countryside. From the forest they would extract wood, grass, so many things that were useful for their livelihood. Everything was around, and they could import some little thing here and there, but mostly they could live with plenty opulence on the land. Not only that, but we forget that other kind of opulences, according to Vedic standard of civilization, is to breathe a pure air, to hear nice sounds, and to see nice things like green fields, cows, flowers, orchards. All these things are rejoicing the heart. Whilst in the city life, it's noisy everywhere, it's jam everywhere. It smells the fume of so many factories and vehicles and so many things. There's no silence. What you see is concrete still. People rushing, always in a move, with so many rendezvous, so many phone calls, no time to think. So the difference is here explained indirectly how the life in the countryside is another kind of opulence that people have no idea because they are entrapped in the Western civilization way of life, like America and Europe. So, although Mother Yashoda is like a queen, and Nanda Maharaj is like a king with so many subjects because they have so many cows to make plans for breeding, for giving them water, giving them grass. It's a lot to manage, in a way. So they were managing these things, and they have many subjects, like the gopis and the gopas, who were accomplishing their orders in order to maintain the whole of the town. It was not a village, it was a town with millions of cows. Imagine the size of the buildings and the cow shed you needed for the cows and for the people. It was a big kind of natural industry, we could call that. But even with all this opulence, we see how she's not that much attached to that. And she's in the, she thinks with the eyes of the scriptures. How pious Mother Yashoda is. Because she could analyze, although she has so much things, so much facilities, she's conscious that all these things are granted to her. It looks that it is her property, his own things, but this feeling is tinted by false ego that make us think that it is for our disposal. So the false ego, this, like we say, this tint on the glasses that makes us think things are for me, my benefit, is not present in the eyes of Mother Yashoda. She sees without those glasses. Those who have glasses tinted by the false ego, they will interpret that all what is coming around, it's for their benefit. So they will plunder earth, air, ether, water, fire, everything at their disposal to extract some energy or influence or something for reinforcing their false ego of thinking I am the master, I'm the owner, it's more for my benefit. So the position of the devotee is completely opposite, because he's supposed to be ruled by the real ego, that is, I am a servitor of the Lordship. So everything that is at my disposal is created by Krishna, is maintained by him, will be destroyed one day by him. What's the best use I can do of that if I have some influence at it? Is not to think it's for my benefit, it's meant for being used for the benefit of Krishna. So if we keep this mentality, we are training to be admissible or fit to enter in the spiritual world, because in the spiritual world, nobody thinks things are for me. Everybody thinks, what could I do for Krishna? What should I do? As soon as we think, why could I not take something for me? Then we are not fit to be in the atmosphere of the spiritual world. We become fit to be in the atmosphere of the material world, where everybody is influenced by these tinted glasses. I am the owner, it's for me. What should I do to maintain this for me as long and as powerful way as possible? So everybody, as soon as someone is in the material world, is obliged to think this way, because he is recovered by the false ego that makes him eligible for having a material body. So the source of the material body is ultimately this false ego tinting of the glass and vision that distorts us. That's why most of religions, they try to counteract this by asking people, do charity. Don't think you are the owner, do something for others, or do something for this church, or etc. So they advocate like that charity, to disentangle the living entity as being the thinker that he is the owner and the possessor of the riches, of the body, and the mind. This is all interlinked. The more we are in the influence of false ego, the more we will think we are the body, and we will identify also with the mind, which are actually gross and subtle tools for relating with the material elements, given at the disposal of the spirit soul, which has nothing to do with material energy. Actually, the soul is only able to desire. The quality of the desire determines the quality of the space-time you will be living in. So it determines, it gives influence to the kind of body you will be living in, the husband, the riches, the health, the association, the job, the activity you will have. All this is gravitating around the body. And the body, the material body, is gravitating because of this false ego. So the role of the process of Krishna consciousness is to change this false ego into real ego. To stop thinking we are the owner, we are the body, into thinking what is the reality. We are the eternal servant of Krishna. Because this is a constitutional position of the living entity living in the spiritual world. So that's not an easy thing, because everything around us is thinking differently, and the power of Maya is just to make us believe that the things are for our humble self. So it requires a lot of knowledge and practicing a lot of knowledge to realize how things are borrowed to us for a certain time. And Krishna sees what we do with those things and energies and opulences we have for sometimes. What will this person be able to use this for? When you start to use these things for service of Krishna, then Krishna takes attention for you. Ah, this one is different. He's using things for my service. It's a completely change of the destiny of the living entity. It becomes little by little recognized by Krishna. While others, they become otherwise entangled, because the result of thinking this way will make you recovered again by another body at the time of death. And the quality of the body will be according to the quality of the desire of the living entity. Mama matuma mantanti. According to the way people abandon themselves or surrender themselves to Lord Krishna, proportionally Krishna rewards them. So if you want material opulence, Krishna will give. But we'll have to endeavor for that. If you want spiritual opulences, Krishna will give you this. But you'll have to work for that also. Srila Prabhupada used to say, I'm selling diamonds. So not everybody is ready to buy diamonds, because you have to pay a higher price. So spiritual emancipation is not an easy thing, but it is available, it is possible. So people, we should not be contaminated by this illusion that, oh, this target is too high, it's too heavy for me, forget it. No. As soon as you get human form of life, you get also the potential to use it fully for emancipating yourself to the spiritual platform. Because the human form of life is given, but the potential behind the human form of life is given as well. Not only to light up a fire or getting easy food or like that. No. Potential of human being is you can go to spiritual world. You can, if you want, you cannot take birth again. This is the real potential of the human body, and unfortunately, so few people are aware of that. Even devotees, they are sometimes, they do the devotional service, taking for granted, automatic, mechanic way. It is always good, but it's like a whirlpool in the Ganges. It can take some time. You're not in the current. It may take some time to rejoin the flow of the Ganges. So similarly, if you are not aware that to use the real potential of the human being to reconnect with Krishna and to love him, in a way we are losing time, like so many, like all these living entities, but these living entities are losing time from time eternally and probably eternally, and if we are aware of what the spiritual teaching of Srila Prabhupada are, at the end of this illusion that is coming up, because we realize we are in like a theater. We are playing a role, a game. And we are not the seer. We think we are the seer, but the real seer is Krishna, who arranged everything, the drama, the decorum behind, the background, the backdrop. Krishna is seeing what we do with what we are being given. The body, the wealth, the intelligence, the time, also the time. What you do with your time. Krishna sees how you are using these opulences for his service or for your own gratification. So the destiny is completely different. It's a subtle little element that makes your destiny one way or another. These are simply little details but of supreme importance. Or you use your time, your intelligence, your strength, your body, your children, your wife, your vehicles, your everything. It's a very little things, but that makes a big change in the destiny where you're going to live in your future life. Like in a train, you have two ways and l'aiguillage là. I don't know how you say those. Comment on dit l'aiguillage en anglais? When you have two ways like that in a railways, when things change, the destiny change. It's not so much that change, but it makes the train go in a completely other direction. Understand what I mean? The system that moves the iron piece of in the system, you have a little piece that changes just a few centimeters, and that makes 200 tons going in this way or this way. So similarly, in our spiritual life, these little things, or we do this for the pleasure of Krishna, or no, it changes drastically your way of thinking, of being in your future. So here Mother Yashoda is completely aware of this philosophy, and she's living, soaking in this, with this feeling. It is not natural for her, because she is a pure devotee, and she always has been like that. But for us conditioned souls, who have been rotting here for millions and millions and trillions of years, the false ego is deeply rooted. So we are not accustomed to this way of thinking, and it requires a certain training and a certain austerity to make us fit and normal with this point of view. So if you practice Krishna consciousness seriously, you understand how normal is the point of view of Mother Yashoda. So what she does, because the role of the Leela, the role of the pastime, is that Mother Yashoda was looking in the mouth of little Krishna to see if he had really eaten some dirt, some earth, like it was said by his companions. And she saw the role of the cosmic manifestation. So she was shocked. Whoa, what am I seeing in the mouth of my son? And she was maybe a little afraid. Is it a dream? Is it a ghost or something? Is it? She saw so many things, so much realization she had. She saw herself looking in the mouth of her child. She saw the karma of the living entity, the destiny, subtle things we don't see with only our eyes, with consciousness wide. So she could perceive all these things, and she was shocked But in a state of shock, what she does, she takes just shelter of Lord Shri Krishna. That's her qualification. She don't understand nothing, what's going on, this. But her automatic reflection is, I offer my obeisances unto Lord Krishna. And she repeats what is common in her way of life, that all these things, and she thinks Krishna is her son, but he's not. Actually he is, but according to the philosophy, she is given children, and you think it is your children, but in actually these are children given to you by a Supreme Godhead, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you are in charge of it. But in actually you cannot protect them really from danger, from death. You think you can direct their destiny, there are studies, there are this, that. But it's all up into the hand of Lord Krishna. You just have the illusion that you can have some power of intervention. It may seem you may have a little power, but ultimately everything rests in the hand of Lord Krishna. Material nature is so powerful. The illusion is that we think we are the doer, because we close for such a long time our ear to Lord Krishna. Machita savardugani mat prashadat tarishyasi atachetva mankara nasoshati vinanchati. Krishna says that if you surrender unto him, if you follow his instructions, then all the obstacles of the material conditioned life, sarva durgani, tout ce qui est régi par Durga, l'énergie matérielle, tu le surpasseras. You will you'll overrun all these obstacles. But if you don't keep your ear open, if you close your process hearing, then you will be lost. So you see all through this verse, it is so important the attitude we have toward particularly hearing things from authority or Lord Krishna or Srila Prabhupada. The fact to open our ear and to act accordingly makes us eligible to be to have the favor of Lord Shri Krishna, and eligible to get the mercy of Lord Krishna and Srila Prabhupada as well. There may be some comments or questions. Kanta Srimad Bhagavatam Ki.
Prabhu has a question.
Ah oui, something?
Yes, Prabhuji. So in a situation, okay, nothing belongs to me, my wife or my husband doesn't belong to me, belongs to Krishna. So if it goes or if she goes away, no problem. That we may say sometimes. But in a situation, how do we know if it is Maya or Krishna who is acting in such situation, for instance?
There is no hard and fast rule, but general rules. If it is pleasing to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or to the Spiritual Master, or to the Vaishnava at large, we can consider it is not Maya, it is something that favors our devotional service. We have to keep this rule given by Rupa Goswami to do everything that is favorable to the service, devotional service, and to reject what is unfavorable to devotional service. So, favorable, unfavorable, the highest criteria is to please the spiritual master, the disciplic succession and the Vaishnava at large. Sometimes it becomes difficult because the devotees, they don't know if it is pleasing or not. There is always some special cases. Then you have to consult different senior devotees to see if this way of acting is pleasing. Sure, Prabhupada or what, but generally in general, the more austere situation is to be taken. When it is more difficult and more austere, we should favor that. It's not automatic, but depends. Yes?
Thank you for the class. Thank you for the class. And,
Hare Krishna.
I have just a question, or like Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita that we should do our duty, material duty, and thinking of him in the same time.
Yeah.
And so because sometimes we may think we want to avoid our duty, thinking that it will be pleasing to Krishna, that it's very nice to please Krishna.
If you think of Krishna while you are doing your things, it's already a stage of advanced devotional service. Because generally at the beginning you do things because you are told to do this by the authority, and you do things and you think of so many things of the past, the present, of the future. But to do it in real Krishna consciousness takes more time and more details also. You have to go deep in the details. If you absorb in your service up to the point of doing it perfectly, the service is not different of Krishna. In a way you think of Krishna. But when you do things too mechanically, thinking of so many things, it is always good, but it is in the category of karma yoga. You do things and you dedicate to Krishna. So it is always good, but it's much better if you get immersed in the Krishna consciousness and you think of Krishna when you do things. Now you do it perfectly, you look in the details. You don't just do, I have so many things to do. You see? To go deep in the details is a proof that you are concerned in your devotional service. You are concerned to do something valuable for Krishna. The quality of a sacrifice depends greatly on the quality of the consciousness you are accomplishing this sacrifice. When you are washing pots, it is same, or you are pouring ghee in the fire sacrifice, same. There's no more fire sacrifice, but there's a lot of pot to wash. To broom, cut the grass, broom the temple, all these things is same. If you invest your energy and in the details, you are attentionate to the service of Krishna. And it denotes some attention toward Krishna. Mataji, vous voulez?
Yeah, so is what you're saying then by listening is the best way for us to improve our consciousness?
Listening?
By hearing is how we improve our consciousness when we do our activities, because the difference between someone who doesn't have Krishna consciousness and doing the same thing, or doing it on the level of karma yoga, is the difference in the knowledge and the quality of hearing.
The difference is your level of absorption in Krishna. when you do things in a mechanical way, it is always good, but after some time, you will like to do the thing, even it is washing pot or anything. You'll appreciate it, you'll get some taste of it. And you'll do it with more care, more attention than at the beginning when you will do the same thing mechanically. It means your consciousness is expanded up to the point of wanted to really please Krishna, better than wanted to please your authority. They want to do this, you do this because you make, but you do it to please the authority is also very good. But sometimes we see that we do things in a hush because we have to do that, and you can't avoid this state of being at the beginning of devotional service.
So it's gradual as we do more of those activities and read more.
Simply by the process of hearing, little by little, you dissolve this false identity of false ego. And you realize you are effectively the servant of Krishna. Your position, your natural and happy position is you just serve. You are happy to serve. And you do it to the best of your ability just to please my spiritual master or Krishna. And the result depends on him. It takes time and it comes naturally after some time. If we persist, we continue chanting, then we become more spontaneous in our service.
Yeah, I just want to comment on. Thank you so much for your class. And
Srila Prabhupada, Patita Bhavan ki, Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki.